Hello everyone, my name is Jansi Kalpala. Today I'm giving the presentation about CPOE, which is called Computerized Provider Order Entry. And this is a part of week 3 assignment, and the subject is Organizational Change and Development in Management. The agenda is introduction or background, CPOE definition, system requirements, advantages and disadvantages, and finally, conclusion. Introduction or background. Here, the Springfield Hospital, which is a 350-bedded hospital, is using to prescribe the medications. They are using the handwritten orders. So to avoid or mitigate the handwritten prescription errors, they want to use the electronic system, online system, which is faster. So to mitigate these errors, so they want to bring this new change with the new application. So what is this CPOE and what are the capabilities? First, we will see in this slide. CPOE means Computerized Physical Order Entry, which is also known as Computerized Provider Order Entry or Computerized Practitioner Order Entry. In this, basically the medical professional will enter or send the medications or orders to the and what are the treatment instructions send electronically to the pharmacy staff or the particular related to the department using the application and instead of the paper writing. So the benefit of basically the benefit is like to format reduce errors related to the ambiguity of handwritten or transcription of medication errors orders. Sorry. The capabilities are enter orders, check orders, documenting the system, which is like how to use the dosage and what are the detailed instructions to the patient and communicate with the patient with like how they are feeling and all. And then next is like finally to evaluate the patient status. So here this slide is talking about CPOE for general staff. So before going to this slide, I just want to give one thing. This whole presentation is divided into two things. One is for the leading staff, which is like managers and CEOs and top management. And the other one, this presentation is for the general staff where the always currently using the system, the main users of the system. First, before giving this application to the general staff, first of all, they need to understand the complexity of the current system. How do they understand? They need to sit and think about the system and write about this one. It is like what are the loopholes and the drawbacks. Once they figured out the drawbacks, then they will come up with a solution, or they will even if you tell the solution, they will easily adapt the new system. They will easily adapt the new change. So this is the right time to communicate with the what is the potential impact. The first uh, tell them that how the new system will make their jobs easy, and then the next step is like while teaching them, identify the curious employees who are willing to learn and adapt these new technologies, and finding them and make them as the mentors to the people who are struggling to adopt the new system. The third step is the detailed training. So once before the changes introduction, the meetings are done, then we are entering into the system. Then how do we give this system? Then first of all, we need to give the training. There are different users and different levels. The people who are not even know the computers, the people who know the computers, but they need the training for this application. So the training is like identify the different users and what are their capabilities, and based on that we need to train them. This is a lot of training session is needed, and the monitoring time is also needed. The continuation of the previous slide, it is like once the system is starting, then the main users, when they are using this new application, still the technical people who build the system, they need to monitor these new users until they are very much comfortable with the new system. Then and they have to learn while using the system the confidentiality. That is basically when placing the orders and sending the data, they make sure they are doing in the right way and they are secure using the secured manner, like proper email system or whatever the text scan system it is, should be the proper secure. And the authentication, they should learn about the authentication. First of all, how to log into the system. Then they should not leave the system once they finish the job until the thing. So the proper authentication they need to learn. Then next, reading the guidelines and sending the message using the new application. That is also they have to learn. Then the other most important thing is the double check the dosage instruction to avoid the default error. Especially this is for the pharmacist, pharmacy staff. When before the giving the medication to the patients, they need to verify, double check. Filling time is double check needed, and at the same time, before giving it to the patient. We will talk about this little more detail in the next. So when we go for the very low level, make sure that it is like the staff is ready for the change, and then they should learn how to add the notes of the application. That is like create the first order. Then once the if there is any problem from the pharmacy, then they need to add the notes into this application. Suppose that refill, if it is a refill case, there is refill is 0, it shows that they need to contact the doctor. So they need to send the note to the doctor so that the doctor will come back again. And proper authentication, that is login log of the application, and make sure they protect the screens not to steal or visible to the others. This is most important when they are doing some protecting screen protectors are important because it has a very confidential information. And and at the same time, these staff need to talk to the patients and what are this new system they are changing and how it will help them and what is the benefits of this new system. They need to talk to the patients too. Coming to the advantages and disadvantages. Here the advantages are obviously it is electronic application, online application, quicker. It is much faster than the handwritten things, and it reduces the wait times and it makes the people job easy. And another important thing, the major advantage is using the scanner system will help the dosage errors. The disadvantages are it is a new application, obviously, and there are new infrastructure is needed, a lot of training is needed. It is a very expensive process to adopt this new thing. And another thing is like once the system is failed, or what is the backup plan, and how to and some in the initial time how to use the paper and at the same time the online, and how to take the backups. This is mostly these are the disadvantages. And final conclusion is even though this system has so many advantages, still it is has the one problem, the hospital reporting that it is like mortality rate increased. So how to deal with this problem? My idea about to reduce this one is like when the technical people, when they're building the system, the new application, they make sure when they're filling the prescription, they have to get the from the system there is a notification that double check the dosage. That is the if that note or alert come to the medical staff, then they will be alerted to check the dosage. At the same time, when they are giving the medication to the patients, that time also they need to double check the dosage is correct and correct medication and the right patient. This is the cross examining is much needed to avoid the mortality or deaths. Thank you. This is all this presentation about the general staff, and please post your comments and feedback. Thank you once again.